There are people living amongst us with physical and mental challenges that limit their movement, their senses, and their activities. They perform and accomplish various tasks differently from other people. Those other people who think they are different sometimes call these people disabled. But are they really disabled? The name Adventist Possibility Ministries is all about what it says: possibilities. Possibilities in all types of people group: the deaf and hard of hearing, the blind and visually impaired, children who are orphaned and vulnerable, persons who are going through grief, caregivers and the elderly, and persons with mental and physical challenges. Adventist Possibility Ministry says all are needed, all are gifted, and all are treasured. And so it seeks to empower persons who are sometimes labeled as disabled. During this evangelistic series, the task force leaders of Adventist Possibility Ministries will be highlighting various methods of how you can empower persons living with disabilities and how persons living with disabilities can also be empowered. We will begin with hearing loss.
Hi, we're going to speak about deafness. So, deafness can be defined as partial or complete hearing loss. Right now, we can see on the screen a diagram of the air, and start from the outside going into the air. We are in right now the air canal, and moving further into the air, we will meet the eardrum, and then we will eventually meet the cochlea and the auditory nerve. Now, deafness can occur at different parts within the air, and causes of deafness will be such things like, birth. Persons may be born deaf. Some persons may have had some sort of illness like meningitis. Also, the trauma can cause deafness. Let's just say someone was in an accident and deafness may have be they may have become deaf because of that trauma. Now, to communicate with a deaf person, and by extension, anyone who may be hard of hearing or have some hearing concerns, you could take some points. So it looks like this. Speak clearly. If it's a hearing impaired or a hard of hearing person, if it's a deaf person, you basically tap them on the shoulder. All right, a simple little wave could work. When you're communicating with the deaf, have a nice body language, because remember they are in a visual world. What they see is what they get. So in terms of your expressions will reflect your intentions to them. Okay, so you got to look at that. If you're writing to a deaf person, anyone who uses sign language, there may be a little language barrier there. Just write, keep it simple, and many times they understand, and you all have a nice rapport happening there just by writing in most cases. Lip reading. People believe that lip reading, that all deaf persons can lip read. That's a myth. That is a skill that not all of them have. However, many will learn it from a young age growing up. And main thing, learn sign language, we can start to learn sign language from the deaf persons who we communicate with. And they, a lot of times, I've never seen a deaf person refuse to teach sign language. Okay, they like to communicate. And remember, that is part of the deaf culture. Yeah, those who use the sign language. Now, this is an example of what the sign language looks like, the alphabet. We also have some simple little terms that we can use. So I'll give a little demonstration here. So you meet a deaf person, you can say hello, like a little salute. Hello. You could say, nice. So nice to meet you. You can also, and then the person might say, hey, yeah, thanks, or thanks. And when you're leaving, you could say goodbye or goodbye. All right, so that's a little demonstration there. When we look in the Bible, we see here in Leviticus 19:14, it says, "You shall not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shall fear your God. I am the Lord." So that is what it says, quoted straight from the Bible. So we see how God, considers deaf persons also, and the blind and those with special needs. Yes? Adventist Possibility Ministries, we are here for information. We can share more information. If you're interested, you can contact us for sensitization sessions and for sign language classes also. Thank you. And please stay tuned next week for more from Adventist Possibility Ministries.